It's week 1 of the NFL, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Broncos and the Chargers, next on EA Sports.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Today we start the new season with an AFC West Division battle right out of the gate between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mahomes going to throw. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So excellent starting field position here for the Chargers. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator said right off the top, he's got great footwork, love his footwork, so this guy is never satisfied.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Henry running right. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
On 1st and 10, Jenkins. He'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. Now a handoff to Henry. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the #1 thing he does best is tackle.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers are on the board here first in the season opener. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself. but what could result? And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
On second down, Eckler. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole, 3rd and long.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack. The Broncos send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give to Henry. And he stopped immediately there. Corey Littleton there on the tackle. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's complete to Lockett. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. They'll try the right side with Henry. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him early but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Now, I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Jenkins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. That's to his running back, complete. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
Well, the feel that I get on this is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't even look like they hesitated there. They knew they wanted to go for it.
That tells me that during the week, they were thinking about these situations, and they feel like maybe they're just the better team, and they want to go ahead and prove it conclusively. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Off the play fake, Jenkins to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. Henry, and he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Derrick Henry, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw going into the hands of Williams. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down, and he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Mahomes firing complete, and he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. On the give, this is Eckler. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. Coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now here's a throw that's complete, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Working with a 2nd and 4. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes Open man here is Conklin.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Rosa's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. You got to be able to finish strong.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. On first down, Jenkins. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's got a first down past the 30 and all the way up to the 37-yard line.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
He hits Adams complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. Second half begins with a run by Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now a throw here, hauled in. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2. And now, as with every potential turnover, you're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After reviewing the play, rule on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Looking to throw on second down. Jenkins gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. They'll run it again with Henry. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Blankenship's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. From the 27, Mahomes. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
think. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Mahomes. Over the middle, that's caught by McLeod. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 34-yard line. Now here's Mahomes. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Mahomes now to throw. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11th. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Chargers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Derrick Henry. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. On 3rd down, Jenkins. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Fielded at about the 28. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Patrick Mahomes in the offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. 54 seconds to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Mahomes. It's complete to Eifert. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Clock now under 30, ticks and running. Mahomes throw taken in here by Patrick. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Mahomes. Under pressure, and down he goes. They second back at the 36. One final try for Mahomes. Williams brings it in. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Chargers, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0.